So today we're back on track for the Niyamas, and we had covered the first two. The third we passed last week and chose a restorative class, as you may recall. And I am going to record a restorative class later today and put it up online as well. But today's Niyama is Tapas. And Tapas is translated as discipline, fire, determination, kind of a fiery discipline. And it can be applied to many aspects of our lives. But in our yoga class, it's about staying present with the postures, keeping your arms nice and high, keeping your back nice and straight, keeping your mind in the posture. So staying focused as we practice. And if you practice a more energetic form of yoga in some other capacity, it's to really move towards the higher level of a pose or a posture. We don't do those particularly here, but we might hold our postures a little longer. And so it's about staying present in the posture, even if we're holding for a couple of breaths extra. And in life, it's about staying focused on whatever your goals might be. And they don't have to be lofty. It could be just staying healthy, eating healthy foods, being committed to an exercise plan, yoga being part of it, all of it, totally up to what's best for you, or to stay en route to whatever goal you might have for yourself, trying not to get sidetracked. But it isn't all about physical movement. Tapas can also be about stillness and connecting to your inner self. Right, staying focused and still. Stillness can be quite a challenge, and so tapas can have an application in shavasana as we still our minds, quiet our bodies. So that is, in a nutshell, simple definition of tapas. So we will put a couple of little elements of that in the practice, as I said, holding postures, keeping ourselves in the posture, 100%. But let's begin by getting ourselves centered. So sit nice and tall, roll your shoulders up and back, draw your navel in, relax your shoulders, lift your sternum and the crown of your head. Find that beautiful tall posture, creating space for the lungs to expand as you breathe. And just allow the attention to move completely towards the sensation of breath in the body. So letting go of outside thoughts, things outside your physical body, moving that awareness inward. And notice how the breath feels as it moves in through the nostrils, down the throat and into the chest. And for the first few breaths, just observe. Don't change anything, just notice how the breath presents itself in this moment. Noticing the quality of the air that comes in through the nostrils, warm, cool, moist, dry, smooth, sticky, or some other adjective to describe how it feels as it moves in. Following the breath down the throat and into the chest, into the lungs. And noticing where the breath stops. It could be deep, it could be shallow. Again, no judgment. We're not here to pass judgment, just to observe, see what's there. And no matter how you find the breath in terms of its depth into the body, you might, over the course of the next several breaths, invite it even deeper than you find it. without creating stress or tension in the belly. So don't force that extra little bit of breath in. Just an invitation, see how far it goes comfortably and easily. You might notice what happens to the belly as you bring the breath deep, perhaps bringing your hands onto your belly, feeling a little bit of an expansion and contraction. It doesn't have to be big, just a gentle little movement of the abdominal cavity as it makes room for the lungs to expand. And you might match the exhale with the inhale in terms of length. So you might layer a count on the inhale and the exhale. And once you find that balance, you might think about a little pause at the top of the breath when your lungs are full, maybe the count of 1 or 2. And then a little pause at the end of the exhale as your lungs are empty. Just enough time to notice how it feels to be full or empty. It doesn't have to be a long hold. Taking 3 more of these breaths, inhaling, pausing, exhaling, and pausing. And after your third cycle of breath, bring your hands to your lap and begin to take a little body scan. Check in with all your body parts, what parts are sore, tender, tight, healing. Always giving yourself permission to modify postures that I might guide you towards. If they're not right for you, just do what is right for you. It doesn't even have to look like what I'm doing. Just move a little differently, a little more compassionately for yourself. And then keeping your eyes closed, begin to move organically. So no thought particularly. So what would the body like you to do? Maybe it's a circling of the head or a rotation of the shoulders, little twists or cat and cows. Gives you a little extra sense of how your body's feeling, different parts, right? That extra bit of knowledge about how the body's moving and feeling today. And then find stillness, find a nice tall spine. Bring your arms down by your sides and with your eyes open or closed, totally up to you. Inhale your arms up overhead, press your palms together. And as you exhale, float the arms out and down. We'll do 4 of these sun breaths. Inhale, fill up. And exhale, let it out. 2 more. Layer on some ujjayi if that is your practice. Last one, inhale. And let it out. Keep the right arm down, turn the left palm out, float it up and over to the right. You can bob a little bit, finding that perfect spot to pause. We'll hold here for a couple of breaths. So find that steadiness and ease, right? We're efforting here. We're not forcing into the posture. So we're contracting through the right side and lengthening through the left. Top shoulder draws back. Maybe the head looks down or up or straight ahead, whatever's good for you. And take 3 breaths. So without straining, just being here in the fullest posture that's comfortable. So you're efforting. You're not forcing. Sweep the arms up and bring it to the other side. Again, finding that just right place where you're contracting to the left side this time, lengthening through the right. Head is where it's comfortable for your neck. So the gaze forward, down, or up, somewhere in between. Breathing into the right side. 2 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, sweep both arms up. We're going to come into a twist to the right. So left hand, outer right side. Nice tall spine, navel draws in. And the right shoulder blade draws in towards the spine, kind of lifts the spine upward towards the ceiling. And begin to turn the head. Just let it drift forward and back without any forcing past those stop signs. Just noticing range of motion for your body right now. And the next time you're looking towards the back shoulder, pause. Take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, nod the chin to the chest. Relax the shoulders and take 3 breaths. And after your 3rd breath, chin comes to neutral, turn it towards the front. Take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, nod and relax. 3 breaths here. Bring the chin to neutral as you sweep the arms up overhead. Take that twist to the other side, so you're twisting to the right here. Left shoulder draws in, heart lifts, navel draws in as well. And the head drifts forward and back. Noticing any difference on this side. You might come up against more restriction or less restriction here. Different side, different results. As you look towards the back, take a nice breath in and nod the chin. Relax the shoulders. Take 3 breaths. Bring the chin to neutral and turn it towards the front. Big breath in and nod and a relaxing of the shoulders. 3 breaths. So your back is staying straight. The shoulders are staying relaxed. Your mind is staying present in the posture. Inhale the arms up overhead. Take a forward fold, so root down through the feet and the legs. Just drape your torso over your thighs. You can dangle your arms if you like, nod your head, or hold opposite elbows. Totally your choice. You could sway if that feels right for you, or stillness is always nice. Take a big breath in through your nose. Sigh it out through your mouth. If you are holding your elbows, release the arms down, sweep the arms wide, bring yourself all the way up and bring your hands to your heart. And pause for just a breath or 2. And then open your eyes, bring your arms out to the side. So here's where you want to stay really present. You want to bring your shoulder blades together, reach your fingertips wide, engage your tricep, these little muscles at the bottom of your upper arm. And then we're going to tap our shoulders 10 times. So here's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Keep your hands on your shoulders and begin to draw circles forward or back, whatever comes naturally to start. You can make these circles large if you like. You can keep them small if that's better for you. Notice what direction you started. Pause and reverse. Again, you can go from large to small, small to large. Really warming up the back muscles, the shoulders. And then keep the elbows out to the side. And we're going to flap our little bird wings here. So our elbows will come high and then they'll point down. Here's 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 9 and 10. Bring your elbows together and then apart. So here's 1 and 2. Keep the elbows high. 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Keep your forearms in front, palms facing in, extend and tap. Here's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Bring your hands down to your lap. Shrug up, sigh it out. 2 more. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, relax. Inhale, shrug. And exhale, relax. Let's stay with the neck for 1 more series of movements. So we're going to draw infinity signs with our nose, eyes open or closed. It's kind of a nice, smooth, wave-like movement as you draw those loops on either side. You might hear or feel a little crackling in the neck and the cervical spine. No pain though. If you encounter pain, just make those circles smaller, reverse direction. And then stop in the middle and draw figure 8, standing up. And notice what direction you're going. And then reverse. I don't say notice what direction. I always get confused when I reverse direction. You gotta kind of pause, notice where you are, and then switch gears. All right, the chin is nice and parallel to the ground. We're going to do opposite knee, opposite elbow, starting to work into our core. So we want to engage that core, maybe imagining these little hip points here drawing in towards each other, engaging that transverse abdominis muscle as we lift the pelvic floor and draw the low ribs in and up. So we're nice and engaged through the core muscles. I will count, start on either side. We're going to 10. Here's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Great. Bring your hands down onto your lap. We're going to do the same arm and the same leg as we extend the arm and the foot, flexing the foot as we lift the leg. So here's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8 and 9. Last one, 10. Great. Bring your feet about as wide as the legs of your chair. Bring your hands on your thighs and begin to rotate the torso. So we're moving down from the core into the hips, right into these hip area here as we rotate around. You want to keep that core engaged, especially as you lean back. You're strengthening those muscles as you rotate. You can always pause somewhere along the way if you'd like to, kind of hang over one thigh or the other. Again, noticing what direction you're going in so that you can switch direction. Eventually bringing yourself back to a nice vertical spine. And bringing your feet to the degree apart that's comfortable for you when we do our sun salutations. So bring your arms up overhead. Exhale into cactus. Inhale, lean, and exhale, fold. Inhale, find length, so the arms straighten, the heart reaches forward, shoulders draw back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep wide and bring it up. Exhale, hands to heart center and back by your sides. Inhale up. And exhale to cactus. Inhale, lean, and exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine, and exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse. All the way up and back to mountain. Last plain one, inhale up. And exhale to cactus. Inhale, lean, and exhale all the way down. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse. All the way up, back to the beginning. So we'll add the twist if it's right. Leave them out if that's not for you today. Inhale up, and exhale to cactus. Inhale, lean, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left hand down, right arm out to the side, rotate to the right. Inhale, back down, switch sides, and rotate to the left. Inhale, down, and exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse, all the way up, back to the beginning. Last one, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, lean, and exhale, fold down. Inhale, find length, and exhale, left hand down, right arm out, rotate to the right. And bring it back down, rotate to the left. And bring it back down, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So just pause, notice, and feel. Perhaps a shift in energy since you first started the practice. Maybe the body has warmed, the heart has sped up. Just notice how you feel. We're going to do our 20 stand-up sit-downs. If 20 is right for you, take a break. If for any reason 20 won't work for you today, take your opposite hand to your opposite shoulder. Get your feet in a position to be supportive as you stand up. And when you sit down, try not to really sit down. Just tap the chair. Here we go. Here's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Bottom hand on top for 11 and 12, 13 and 14, excuse me, 15 and 16, 17 and 18, 19, last one, 20, excuse me, have a seat. Big breath in and a big sigh out. Great job. And then let's stand up and get our joints all lubricated. What a beautiful day to go out and use those joints. Get the knees and the hips and the ankles, toes. It's such a beautiful day today. So find mountain pose. Feet are parallel. Shoulders are over hips. Hips are over knees. A little rock. Side, forward, back, around. Just playing, feeling, noticing. And then come to stillness with the weight of the body evenly distributed through the balls and heels of your feet. Eyes open or closed, just appreciate the balance and strength in this foundational pose, Tadasana. And then bring the weight into the right leg and step onto the toes of the left. Circle over those toes for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and reverse. 2, 3. I want to keep going. 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Bring that foot down and step back with the right. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your feet together, big toes together, heels apart, knees together, and hands above those knees as you circle for 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and reverse. 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Walk your hands up your legs. Separate your feet and keep your knees nice and soft as you circle your hips for 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Reverse it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Keep your legs just as they are. Shake out your arms and begin your standing waterfall. So just let the torso move from side to side. Lift opposite heel if you want to deepen that rotation. Let the arms just follow. So they're as if they're empty sleeves on a clothesline, just hanging limp and just following along. Eventually coming to stillness, letting the arms settle on their own. And step your feet further apart, turn your toes further out, bring your arms up overhead. We're going to come into 5 goddesses. So as we sink, keep your knees tracking towards your toes. And on the 5th time, we're going to hold for 5. So here we go. Here's 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up and step your feet together. Bring your arms by your sides. Take your left foot, cross it over your right, and bring your arms overhead. Your right hand grabs your left wrist as you lean to the right. Relax the shoulders, breathe into the left side. And then uncross the feet. Take your hands to your shoulders. We're going to do a twist to the right. So take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, rotate ribs and shoulders, hips stay straight ahead. So draw that left hip back, keep it parallel to the front of your mat, at the long side of your mat. As you rotate here, working, strengthening the muscles that wrap the ribs. Bring yourself back to center and release your arms. Take your right foot and cross it over your left. Then bring your arms overhead. Left hand grabs the right wrist and we lean to the left as you breathe into the right side. Relax the shoulders. Just settle in. We might be holding for a breath or two longer in this tapas practice, this staying present and strong and disciplined. And then uncross the feet. And bring your hands to your shoulders, same twist here to the other side, to the left. So take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, rotate to the left. Draw that right hip back this time. It does so want to follow along. It wants to come with you like that. But it's okay if you don't turn super, super far. You're really working those muscles that help this rotation, that help your stability and strength through your core. And then bring it back to center. And relax. Shake it out. And we're going to face our chair here. We're going to do a balance, a warrior 3 balance. Really takes a little bit of discipline in this. So step your right foot back, stay on the ball of the foot. And we're going to bring the weight into the front, come onto the toes of the right foot. And lift that leg. Maybe you have your fingers on the chair or on the seat of the chair. Maybe you have your hands at your heart. Or you bring your arms back into Dekasana arms. 5 breaths. And then step that foot back. Arms overhead. Step the back foot forward, hands at the heart. Step the left foot back. So we haven't done this in a long time. So this is a good practice of discipline. It's always okay to hold that chair, come back to it if you feel unsteady, and then practice letting go. So bring the weight into the right foot. Lift the back leg. 5 breaths. And then step that foot back. Bring the arms up overhead. Step the feet together and bring your hands to your heart. And turn so that the chair is nearby for our tree. We're going to hold our tree today. As always, for 40 seconds. So find Tadasana. And then bring your weight into the right side. Come onto the toes of the left foot and turn the knee out. The heel can rest on the ankle. Or maybe you bring that foot up today. Hands at the heart if you like, or float them up. I'm watching the clock. So breathe and find that drishti, that point of focus that helps you stay steady. If it's necessary to come out of your tree and come back into it, that's okay. Just keep trying. And then turn the knee forward and step out of your tree. If it's right to shake, shake. And we'll go to the other side. So one side is often more challenging than the other. So maybe today in the challenging side, you work a little harder to stay steady, right? Practice that fiery discipline. So bring the weight into the left side, come onto the toes of the right, and just kind of find that rotation that works. Maybe you bring your foot up, maybe you keep your toes down. Hands at your heart or overhead. And then turn your knee forward, step it out. Yeah, whoo, great job. And turn your chair around. We'll do a little flow before we come down to the ground today. And we'll hold in various positions a little longer than we usually do, just to see if we can stay in the posture, stay focused and disciplined. So find mountain pose in front of the seat of your chair. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, nice forward fold. Inhale, long spine. So the hands come to the shins or the thighs, shoulders draw back, heart reaches forward. Nice flat back. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, reverse, sweep the arms wide, come all the way up. And bring yourself back to mountain. We'll do one more of those. Inhale up. And exhale, bow. Inhale, find length, and exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse. And back to mountain. And we'll add the chair. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find length. And exhale, hands to the chair, find plank. So we'll do a couple of down dogs to planks here, working for upper body strength. So here we are in plank. Exhale back to down dog. Knees can be bent. Back is nice and long. Inhale back to plank. Maybe you thread through to up dog. Exhale, send your hips back and find down dog. Two more of these. Inhale, forward to plank. Maybe threading through to up dog if it's right. Exhale back to down dog. And here's the last one. We're coming through to plank. Choosing to stay here or go into up dog. Exhale, send your hips back to down dog. And once you're there, just kind of pedal your feet, then one knee and the other. Take a nice stretch into the low back. Eventually, both heels come to the ground. Knees stay as bent as you need them to be to protect your back, to feel comfortable. And then on your next inhale, step your left foot forward, spin your right heel in and find warrior one. So just notice where the weight of the body is, moving towards equal weight in front and back. Shoulders relax, arms reach high. Maybe the gaze goes up. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, come to cactus arms. We're going to hold here for 5 breaths. So keep those arms up. Don't let them sag. Keep the back strong. Shoulder blades drawn towards each other. And then inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, rotate to the left. So the hips stay square to the chair, just like they stayed straight when we twisted in our standing posture. From here, your hands can come out into a west side stretch if you like, or stay at your heart. You can flip the front palm, reach it high, and walk the back hand down the back leg. We'll pause here. 3 full breaths. So don't give up on the pose. Stay in the pose to the degree that you can with effort and ease. And then sweep that back arm up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And then back to the chair. Step back into plank. Stay in plank or thread through to up dog. Exhale, send your hips back to down dog. And on an inhale, bring your right foot forward. Spin your left heel in. Bring yourself up to warrior one. Again, checking in with the weight of the body. Relaxing the shoulders, reaching the fingertips high. Take a nice breath in, exhale into cactus arms. So we'll pause here for 5 breaths. Inhale, both arms high, palms come together, and thumbs to the heart. Take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, rotate to the right. Stay here, or open up. Stay here, or flip and reverse. 3 breaths. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, hands to the chair, step it back to plank. Your choice to stay here or thread through to up dog. Exhale, send the hips back to down dog, pedal it out. Eventually, both heels come to the ground. Walk your hands back towards your legs. We're hanging in ragdoll here. So your arms can dangle, hold opposite elbows. Straighten the knees as much as is comfortable, but keep the knees bent as much as you need to. So find that spot. Maybe you sway, roll the shoulders, bobble the head, just nod it, or shake it gently. Take a big breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Release any bind you might have if you're holding your elbows. Let your arms come down. Bend your knees generously. Sweep your arms out and find your way up to the ceiling and back to your heart. Pause and notice and feel. And then open your eyes and we will move the chair off the mat and find our way to the ground. So once the chair is moved, find your way to mountain at the front or top of your mat. From mountain, inhale, arms overhead, exhale, bow. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step one foot back, lower the knee, bring the other one back to meet it, and find tabletop. So hands fisted if your wrists require that, or hands flat with fingers spread, distributing the weight of your arms and your body. We're going to do a couple of cat and cow. So with your own breath, at your own pace, just lifting the tail and the heart, gaze. Excuse me, and then reversing the tailbone down and forward, arching the back, drawing the navel into the spine. Just a couple of rounds here. And then find a neutral tabletop. So you're pressing the earth away. Your arms are nice and straight and strong. So you're not dumping into your shoulders. You're kind of pressing your shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Take your right foot back and float it about hip height. And then bend the knee. So the foot is flexed, the sole of the foot facing the ceiling. And we're going to pump the leg up 10 times. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Extend the leg and float that leg over to the left. Look over your left shoulder towards that right foot. You can stay with your hands as they are, separate and under your shoulders, or take your right hand closer to your left, or take your right hand to the outside of your left. Keep looking back towards that right foot if you can. Stay focused, steady. And then bring your hands back, bring your knees back. Do 2 rounds of cat and cow. Then find that neutral tabletop again. And take that left leg back. Float it up, bend the knee, and press the foot up 10 times. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Extend the leg and float it off to the right. Look over your right shoulder towards that left foot. Again, you can stay with your hands separated, close together, or left on the outside of the right. Stay focused and steady. And then bring everything back to tabletop. Separate your feet. Bring your toes together. Sink your hips back towards your heels. So if you have a block, you can always rest your forehead on a block on whatever height is best. Or if it reaches the ground, that's fine too, right to the mat. You might roll across the third eye. And then draw yourself back to tabletop. We're going to come to a seated posture. So whatever way you get there, you can take a hip down, swing your legs around, extend your legs out. And we're going to find our way all the way down to our backs. So we can do it slowly, or you can guide yourself down right away. So to do it slowly, bring your hands out as if you're holding a tray, engage your legs, flex your feet, sit nice and tall, and we'll lower from 10 to 1. So here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make a nice full body stretch. Take a breath in and stretch. Arch in the low back, big breath in. And as you exhale, bring your knees into your chest for a squeeze. Kind of move around. Find a nice massage for that low back and sacrum, maybe circling the knees on the ceiling. I like to toss my legs from side to side, kind of catching them with my hands, seeing how far I can go. It's another good workout for your core. Eventually coming to the middle, bringing your feet down to the ground, close to the buttocks as you take your left leg up to the ceiling. Point and flex your toes, circle your ankle. Spread your toes and curl them. And then take that ankle on that left foot to the right thigh. Press your left thigh away from you. You can stay right here in this reclined pigeon if you like. It feels comfortable. If you want to deepen the posture, you can lift your right leg off the mat. Some people like to rest that foot on a block, or you can just let your foot dangle. Bring your hands around the back of your thigh if you like, keeping that shin dangling or extending the whole leg to the ceiling. Keep the bent leg flexed, the foot flexed to protect the knee. And then you can move. You might rock or draw circles on the ceiling with your extended foot. Try to relax the shoulders and the jaw. And then if that foot is extended towards the ceiling, bring the foot all the way down to the ground. Bring your arms out like wings. We're going to roll onto our right hip, right outer leg, bringing the left foot down to the ground or to a block or a pillow or some rolled blanket or surface that can catch it. The gaze can go over the left fingertips if you like. Nice opening to the front of that left hip. And then on an inhale, bring yourself back to that figure 4. Take the left leg up to the ceiling, nice stretch, point and flex. Then bring that foot down to the ground. Take the right leg up. Same thing, point, flex, circle, spread the toes. And then keeping that foot flexed, bring the ankle to the left thigh. Press the right side gently away from you. And explore, what would you like here? Is this enough? Maybe it is today. Or maybe you want to take that extra step, lifting the left foot, holding behind the left thigh. Maybe extending the left leg all the way up. Try to stay relaxed in the jaw and the shoulders. Try not to let all the effort kind of settle in those places. You might circle your toes on the ceiling, rock if you like. And breathe. Bring that left foot down to the ground. Keep that figure 4 shape as your arms come out to the side. We're going to roll now onto our left hip, outer left leg. Bringing the right foot down, keeping the right knee moving away from our torso. So we're opening up this right hip here. Maybe the gaze goes over the right fingertips. Just breathe here. And bring yourself back up to that figure 4 shape. Extend the right leg up to the sky. And then bring it down next to the left foot. Get close to your buttocks. Bring your arms down by your sides. We're going to hold in a bridge. So you might today want to have a support for your held bridge. So you have a block nearby, whatever height works for you. Arms are down by our sides to begin. As we inhale, pubic bone turns up to the navel, towards the navel as we peel the back off the mat. Taking our hands underneath the torso, rocking the torso and tucking our shoulders under. So here's where you could slide a block underneath your tailbone if you like, underneath your sacrum. Or you can energize here through the inner legs and thighs, hip points, press up to the ceiling, heart lifts up towards the ceiling as if there's a string drawing it upward. Nice arch in the thoracic spine, the upper back. We'll hold for 5 breaths, and if that's too much for you, take a break and come back up, or support your bridge with a block. And after your 5th breath, release the bind if you have it, lower from the top of the spine to the tail. Keep that pelvic tilt until you come all the way down. Once you're there, bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees splay open and recline butterfly. You can support your thighs with your hands or blocks if you like. I'm not going to stay here for too long. And then keeping your soles of your feet together, lift them off the mat Bring your hands between your thighs towards your big toes. Maybe you only get to your ankles, that's fine. Some people like to approach this from wrapping the outer thighs and bringing the feet up towards the ceiling. So whatever works for you for a happy baby. So I like to rock in my happy baby and extend the leg alternately or both at the same time. And if you are binding, just release the bind, draw your knees into each other, straighten your legs towards the ceiling, lift your buttocks, stack your hands under your tailbone, let your legs float up in Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. This is a wonderfully restorative pose. If you ever want to do a restorative pose, do this against a wall so that your legs are supported by the wall. You're not having to keep the legs up. They're just supported, leaning against a wall with your tailbone, your sitting bones close to the wall. You can stay right here for Shavasana if you like. If you have a wall you can scooch over to, go ahead and do that. Or maybe you come into traditional corpse pose, bringing your feet down to the bottom of your mat, heels on either edge, toes splaying open, arms by your sides. Once you find the place to be, just take a big breath into your nose and let it out through your mouth. Allow the mind to quiet, the body and the mind to be still. So I have a reading. It goes like this. When you lose touch with inner stillness, you lose touch with yourself. And when you lose touch with yourself, you lose yourself in the world. Your innermost sense of self, who you are, is inseparable from stillness. This is the I am that is deeper than name and form. So the practice of stillness is a practice of tapas. As thoughts come in and try to take root, see if you can allow them to move away. So you might allow your attention to come back to your breath, allowing each new breath to be fuller than the breath before, and each new breath out more complete than the one before it. Bringing gentle movement back into the body, wiggling fingers and toes, perhaps circling wrists and ankles, or letting the head gently drift from side to side. If it would feel good to take a nice full body stretch, go ahead and reach the arms overhead, extend the legs long, take the biggest, fullest breath of the day so far, all the way into the top, plus some. And sigh it out as you wrap your arms around your legs for that final squeeze of the practice, that squeeze of gratitude to yourself for having the discipline to make it to class, to carve this time out for yourself. And gratitude towards your body for moving and breathing as it has done for you during class today. Choosing to roll to one side, left or right, stay on your back if that's better. Just check in. Notice if anything has shifted or changed. Finding something from your practice you can take out into your day. It could be that principle, that Niyama of Tapas, fiery discipline, either towards some goal, simple or grand, or perhaps it's the goal of stillness and quiet. Finding one small thought, some prickly little thought that does not serve you, that you can leave behind. We all carry these little self-critics in our head. A lot of the times they serve no purpose. So find something you can let go of, put down, leave behind as you go out into the day. And as you're ready to end your practice, find your way to a comfortable seat. And once you have found your seat, bring your hands to your heart. We bring our hands to our hearts, reminding us to fill our hearts with kindness and compassion, and to our lips, reminding us to speak words of kindness and compassion. To our third eye, reminding us to expand our thoughts of kindness and compassion towards ourselves as well as others. And in honor of the light that shines in each one of us, the light that unites us all, we bow and say namaste.